Don't want vampirism. Stay away from me. Wait.
Who's there?
Somebody is still pew-pewing me. But that's her thrall. Not bad. Now, I'm assuming I can get hit by any vampires. By the way, whoever gave me that tip yesterday, the favorite 2 spells, that has been a huge, like, improvement in my flow of casting. Alright, let's make sure I didn't get any. I don't think I saw anything pop up. Oh no. Oh no, that's different. Bone Break Fever? That's not anything related to vampirism. Do I have a potion? Like cure disease? Did that work? It did work. Can you get a cure disease spell, everybody? Like, is it possible to find a cure disease magic spell? Like a restoration spell? Yeah, the second playthrough was, it's already on YouTube. It was 15 episodes, like 15 hours of gameplay. That was it. It was a very short, all I wanted to see with that Norse character was the companion storyline and the Stormcloak Rebellion. That was it. I didn't need to see anything else with that character. So, one and done, he's done. We're off to the page. Angus says my first computer was a Nintendo Super Nintendo. Dude, the NSES was a phenomenal system. You know what some of my favorite games on that Super Nintendo Entertainment System were? The Mario games, and then the Star Wars games. Like Star Wars Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi on the Super Nintendo Entertainment System were freaking awesome. Focus. Red wine. There's a chest. Yeah, those Mario games were so good on the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. By the way, I'll tell you what. Right now, if they made a Mario game like this, if they made a first or third person action RPG open world Mario game, I might actually buy a Switch to play that, because then I would have that and Zelda. That would be fun to me. I think my favorite is still 3 though. When you have the raccoon tail. That game, oh man, just I liked the early Mario games, man. They were good. But the Super Nintendo Entertainment System was really good.
But my master.
I forgot to level up.
Stop! I yield! That wasn't me. You were fighting.
Magica, of course. Magica! Question is, I think I have to get to 30 before I can spend another point. I wonder if I should put a point into restoration to get the lower spell cost. Oh no, I got 50 here. Hold up. Hold that. Wait a minute. For half oh fuck yeah.
my eyes, but I could not control my actions.
Super Mario
Thank
was
you
the
for
best
breaking
2D
that
Mario.
foul vampire's hold over me.
Darius says, as far as I know, you have to either cure disease potions via potions or praying at shrines. Okay, so that's their mechanic, is you have to visit shrines or use potions. That's fair. That puts sort of a exploration component to it. Am I excited about Fable? Oh, did you not see my Fable reaction video? We're going to play the shit out of Fable. I have a Fable reaction video on YouTube, and I've done a couple of, like, 2 or 3 shorts on TikTok, as well as Instagram, YouTube, etc. Oh yeah, I'm excited. We're going to play absolute shiznazzle out of that game. I predict, as long as the schedule is open and I'm not too busy with other things, we're gonna probably do 2 playthroughs back to back. As long as, you know, we're having fun, audience is having fun. I predict 2 playthroughs of Fable back to back. Traditional stealth archer the first time, and then a mage the second time, just like I do with all the other games I play. Dragon Age, Veilguard, Avowed, Oblivion, Skyrim. All the RPGs I play, we almost always do that. Baldur's Gate 3. Although Baldur's Gate 3 I did it backwards because I did... Well, that's not technically true because I did my rogue all throughout early access for Baldur's Gate 3, but then when I went live I switched over to the druid and did my mage playthrough. But that's what I do with all my big RPGs.
Thank the divines for you.
You all right? I guess I didn't click the button.
I'm quite all right, thanks to you. Dexian Evicus is my name. I'm a moth priest of the White Gold Tower. These vampires claimed they had some purpose in store for me, but they wouldn't say what. Probably hoping to ransom me, the fools.
We need you for the same purpose.
All right then, enough mysteries.
We need to read an Elder Scroll.
You have an Elder Scroll. Remarkable. If my knowledge of history serves me, I recall that the Dawn Guard was an ancient order of vampire hunters. I will be happy to assist you with your Elder Scroll. Just tell me where I need to go. Very well. I'll hurry on my way there before more of those vampires turn up.
Alright, that's enough here. No treasures. Back out we go. That part of, you know, we always talk about modern quality of life features. Not being able to jump when you're running is such an, you know, like to jump over objects is such an annoying thing in Skyrim. Like when you get hit, when you get stuck on a collider, and it's like you're not allowed to jump anymore because you're hitting a collider and you're running. No, you're not allowed to run and jump at the same time. How dare you? Yeah, we don't go in for that negativity, some guy. So if you want to complain about game studios and stuff, I would say you'd be better off in Reddit. We don't participate in fear mongering or anything like that here in our community. We focus on the fun in video games. All companies, every market on the planet, any company that's ever been in business does this. Up and down, up and down. Like, Microsoft had a bad year, they fired some people, so what? Happens to every industry. It is what it is. It doesn't mean that the future of something is doomed or that we should be worried. It's not how that works. So yeah, we don't focus on that. Microsoft publishes some amazing games. We play a lot of Microsoft games. I have a running Xbox Game Pass Ultimate subscription. I also have a PlayStation subscription. I play a lot of Xbox Game Pass Day 1 releases on my channel. Matter of fact, we're playing this game on the Xbox. Big fan of Microsoft and Xbox and PlayStation as well. But yeah, yeah, just gonna give you a warning right out of the gate that that sort of stuff doesn't fly. So take the fear mongering, take it back to Reddit, sit down, shut up, enjoy the show, play the games that we play, enjoy the games that we play, hang out in our community. You're welcome to be here, but not if you're gonna be a fear monger. We don't do that kind of thing. Anybody that comes in and tries to say things like Bethesda is trash, Microsoft is trash, BioWare is trash, EA is trash, this game is garbage, this game is slop, I'm super concerned. Stop watching Mr. Matty Plays and Luke Stevens so much. Go watch real content creators like Co-Carnage. Learn to love video games again and stop being so goddamn negative about everything. Ah. No, probably not. I probably won't do it in Dying Light review. We might, you never know. The numbers were not strong last night when I played that, so we may not do another session. But shout out to Techland for the key. It was cool to dive in and check it out. I may do another session, you never know. Where the heck is the waypoint? Oh, that's because you make way more money doing online co-op than the old school split screen. Like, because I can sell 2 copies of the game if I do online co-op. I only sell 1 copy of the game if I do couch co-op. So that's just marketing 101. Now, I do think games like Baldur's Gate 3 did it the right way. They provide both options. I do think more companies should do that. But you definitely shoot yourself in the foot from a sales perspective if you provide any sort of co-op, couch co-op stuff. The moment you include any sort of couch co-op, you lose a ton of sales because you're no longer requiring multiple copies to be purchased. So a company has to be in a position to be able to be financially available to nuke themselves in the foot and not make as much money as they would. And if you're run by investors, good luck with that. Like, it's not going to happen if you're ran by investors, because investors want the stock to go up. They want. So there is a reason why you don't see a lot of couch co-op from AAA, is because it's too risky. That's not maximizing profits, and that's not what it's all about if you're an investment company. Now, if you're a private studio like Larian, you can afford to do it because it's our game, it's our franchise, we control it. We're still going to make enough money off of the single player sales to not have to worry about if we miss out on $2-3 million of sales from online co-op. But not every company's in a position to do that, so.
I'm impressed you could find. For the reading? Yeah. Just let the old man know when you're ready.
Exactly, Nacho, which is why I always shut that shit down immediately. Like, I don't want people in my community if all they're going to do is be negative.
Ah, hello there.
Talk about how they hate BioWare, they hate Bethesda, they hate Larian,
My trip to Skyrim has become quite the
EA,
adventure.
they hate Ubisoft. It's just I don't want you here. I don't want you here. Remember,
What can I
kids,
do
you
for
are
you?
who you surround yourself with. And if you surround yourself with that sort of stuff, that's what your community becomes. And I don't want you in my community if that's who you are. Like, that's not what we're here for. What do I want to see for Star Wars: The Republic? I would love a console release. I don't think it's ever going to happen, but I would love to see a console release for Star Wars: The Republic.
Ah, my rescuer. It's good to see you again. It's not exactly the hospitality I'm used to, but your man Isran has seen to my needs well enough. And might I add, this is a remarkable fortress. I have colleagues back home that would love to study this place in detail.
You prepared to read the Elder Scroll?
Oh, most certainly. Let's find out what secrets the scroll can tell. Now, if everyone will please be quiet, I must concentrate. I see a vision before me, an image of a great bow. I know this weapon. It is Oriel's bow. Now a voice whispers, saying, among the night's children, a dread lord will rise. In an age of strife, when dragons return to the realm of men, darkness will mingle with light, and the night and the day will be as one. The voice fades and the words begin to shimmer and distort. But wait, there is more here. The secret of the bow's power is written elsewhere. I think there is more to the prophecy, recorded in other scrolls. Yes, I see them now. One contains the ancient secrets of the dragons, and the other speaks of the potency of ancient blood. My vision darkens, and I see no more. To know the complete prophecy, we must have the other two scrolls. I must rest now. The reading has made me weary.
Come on, old man. You should get some rest.
Okay. Let me get caught up on chat.
Do you have a moment to talk?
I do, but hang on a second. Eggs and Bacon says, I bought Tainted Grail today. Nice, it's a fun
Do you
game.
have a moment
Lucho
to
asks, are you interested in the old CRPG Fallout titles? No, I played them years ago. Phenomenal games.
Do you
Have no
have a
desire to
moment to
replay
talk?
them. They are graphically way too old for me. When do I think Elder Scrolls will be released? We talked about this earlier. Probably end of
Do you have a
2027.
moment to talk?
End of 2027 or sometime in 2028.
Do you have a moment to talk?
I do have a moment to talk. What's on your mind?
That moth priest, Dexian. He said we needed 2 other Elder Scrolls. I think I know where we can start looking.
Okay.
Half the people in your little crew would just as soon kill me as talk to me. That doesn't exactly make me want to open up. I got a warmer welcome from my father, and that's saying something.
Do you trust Harkin at all?
It's not a question of trust. He's just obsessed with the prophecy. And from what I could tell, 1,000 extra years of obsession haven't made him any better. I should have found him a hobby. I don't even think he sees me as his daughter anymore.
A hobby.
I'm just a means to an end.
Exactly, Nacho. Microsoft does this really cool stuff with their backwards compatibility for sure.
We need to find my mother, Valerica. She'll definitely know where it is. And if we're lucky, she actually has it herself.
You said she didn't know where she went.
The last time I saw her, she said that she'd go somewhere
It has
safe.
nothing to do with being hopeful.
Somewhere that my father would never search.
Look at
Other than
Bethesda's
that,
release
she
cycle.
wouldn't
They
tell me
release
anything.
games every 4 years,
But the
roughly.
way she said it,
They have yet
someplace he
to
would
miss
never
that
search.
mark, ever.
It was cryptic, yet she
Ever.
called attention
In the
to
history of Bethesda Game Studios, it's pretty much always about 4 years in between releases. So end of 2027, sometime in 2028 is the 4-year mark from the launch of Starfield. Anybody who thinks otherwise doesn't know Bethesda, doesn't understand Bethesda's history, has never actually paid attention to Bethesda as a game developer. So, just go dive in. Sounds like she's being cautious.
Maybe. What I can't figure out is why she said it that way. Besides, I can't imagine a single place my father would avoid looking. And he's had all this time, too. Any ideas?
Sealed away like you were?
I don't think so. She said she wanted to stay awake in case the situation was resolved. It had to be one of us, and, well, she's so much more powerful than I am. It just made sense for her to be out here. Anything else?
Castle Wolcare?
Wait, that almost makes sense. There's a courtyard in the castle. I used to help her tend a garden there. All of the ingredients for our potions came from there. She used to say that my father couldn't stand the place. Too peaceful. Oh, absolutely. But my mother's not a coward. That is, I don't think we'll actually trip over her there, but it's worth a look.
Everything is worth a look.
True, but I know a way we can get to the courtyard without arousing suspicion. There's an unused inlet on the northern side of the island that was used by the previous owners to bring supplies into the castle. An old escape tunnel from the castle exits there. I think that's our way in.
Sounds good to me.
It's around the side of the castle. Let's move.
Off we go. Digging through old castles, my favorite thing to do first thing in the morning. Chop chop. What was before Starfield? That's a good question. Was it Fallout 76?
Yes? What did you need?
I'm gonna go look right now.
Yes? What did you need? Yes? What did you need?
Alright, she's gonna sit here barking at me the whole time if I don't run down the path a little bit. Hang on. Let's see here. We're looking at games that were directly developed by them. Well, technically they've got some mobile games as well. So, yeah, because there was Elder Scrolls Castles. Hang on, I'm scrolling through this really quick. Elder Scrolls Blades. Yeah,
Yes?
so
What did you
there
need?
were 4 years between Blades and Starfield, 5 years between Fallout 76 and Starfield,
Yes? What did you need?
and then between that and that we have
Yes? What did you need?
Fallout 4 was 2015, 3 years to Fallout 76.
Yes? What did you need?
Fallout Shelter was 2015 along with Fallout 4.
Yes? What did
They're
you
also a
need?
publisher on so many other things. 2011 to 2015 is 4 years between
Yes? What did you need?
Skyrim and Fallout Shelter and Fallout 4. So, yeah, I mean, all you got to
What did
do,
you need?
I'm literally on the Wikipedia for a list of Bethesda Softworks videos games. And all you got to do is go to their website and you'll see that they publish games every 4 to 5 years. Sometimes less. There has been 3 years between some titles ever since they started. Like, they have a very robust release schedule. The issue so many people seem to keep forgetting, and it boggles my mind that the smooth brains can't grasp this, but when they first started as they had one franchise. Then they had 2 franchises. Now they have 3 franchises. And they publish a lot of shit in between from other studios. Bethesda is a massive game studio. And obviously, when they were only doing one major IP, new IP game every few years. Then they had 2 IPs, and they stagger. Elder Scrolls Fallout, Elder Scrolls Fallout, Elder Scrolls Fallout. Now they have Starfield. Elder Scrolls, Fallout, Starfield. Elder Scrolls, Fallout, Starfield. It's not rocket science. That's the cycle. They have 3 massive franchises now that they're developing. And in between, they're doing things like DLCs, mobile games. Some of y'all just need to shut up, sit down, and play games. Stop worrying about, oh my
Yes?
god,
What did you need?
I'm just worried about the future of this game. Oh my god, it's had development woes because it's been 12 years. No, it hasn't. It has not been 12 years since Bethesda has released a title. Has it been 12, 15 years since the last Elder Scrolls title? Yes. But y'all are stupid if
Yes?
you don't
What
realize
did you
that
need?
they have major IPs. They're working on multiple franchises. But. No buts about it. Learn how game dev works. Education is key to being a functioning adult in modern society. If you don't want to educate, that's on you. And I don't pity the fool like Mr. T. I mock the fool.
Yes?
Yep.
What did you need?
Too many people focusing on worrying about the next game. Happiness is about enjoying what you have now. You're so
Yes?
right, AFK
What did you
Mark.
need?
Alright. I am going to take a 5-minute break to go touch grass.
Yes? What did you need? Yes? What did you need?
She's gonna bark the whole time, isn't she?
Yes? What did you need?
So, sorry, so
Yes?
sorry,
What
not
did you
sorry. Y'all are gonna sit here and deal with Serana as she sits here and barks for the next 5 minutes while I
Yes?
go
What
outside
did you
and
need?
stretch my legs and my eyes. I'll be right back.
Yes? What did you need? Yes? What did...
Yeah, the spinning makes you nauseated. Did you miss the math part where we were going over the release schedule, Trizati? Fallout 76 was 8 years ago, yes. Starfield was 3 years ago. So, they're still on track. They have a 4 to 5 year window release schedule. Or were you talking about that when I was in the middle of that discussion? I'm scrolling up through chat right now. Maybe you were mentioning that when I was asking about when was Fallout 76. But we have the Wikipedia open. That's what we were using earlier to discuss release dates. But yeah, Bethesda's on schedule for their established history going all the way back to 1986. Which is what, 40 years? 40 years of publishing games. And they have pretty reliably hit that release schedule. So, yeah, anybody who's being negative about it just doesn't understand who Bethesda is. Mickey says, Skyrim's one of my favorite games. Nice. It's definitely proven to be very entertaining for me. I'm very glad that I was able to find the time. We were talking about this last night. Thanks to Babylonia, first and foremost, for, like, inspiring me to do this. And then also just, I'm glad I had the time in the schedule to do this. Because I don't always have the time to play all the things that look interesting to me because of schedules and new release cycles and all that other stuff. It was a perfect time. However many years it's been out now. 16 years later, 15 years later. This is the borderline, though, of what I will accept visually. Like, and I even have some digital mods on this, but like Morrowind.
Surround this bend.
Yeah, no. I played that years ago. It was good. It was fun. Can't do it again. Even modded it. It looks bad.
Doesn't look so big from down
It's like
here.
I also have no desire to like.
It is big, but
You know, I know a lot of people have fond memories of Star Wars Galaxies. I do not. Like, it was a great game, but the graphics are absolutely meh. So if I'm going to play a Star Wars game, like an online Star Wars game, Star Wars Republic. Just hold your horses, Mr. Skeleton. Hello there. I don't think there's anything wrong with enjoying Sims. Like Sims, I played Sims 4 maybe? Like circa 2000. When was like what Sims was out around 2009? 2008 to 2010 was the last time I played a Sims game. Sims 3? That sounds about right. Those games can be quite enjoyable. Man, I think I got something in my eye when I just went outside.
Yes? What did you need? Yes?
Serrana, you were really annoying. Butterface! Put up with a lot for a pretty face, won't we, guys?
Yes? What did you need?
She's a 10, but she won't ever shut up. She's a 10 out of 10, but she never shuts up. Poor Johnny Depp.
The old
Poor
water
Johnny
system.
Depp.
On some days, this will just...
Oh, that
Be
joke's
good.
never gonna get old.
Who's there? Yes? What did you need? Who's there? I knew I heard something. Yes? What did you need?
Skeever.
Yes? What did you need?
What was that?
Shit. Where did a vampire just hear us from? Oh, hello.
I knew I heard something.
Can you not break down doors? Vampire gauntlets. Those are probably gonna have an armor rating. Yes. Ah, I'm in combat. Oh, the quest from a book. Are we out of combat now? Can I use that alchemy station? Thank you.
Yes? What did you need?
Alright.
Yes? What did you need?
I need you to be quiet. Please. Woman. Not just that I played Skyrim for a long time.
Where'd
Hang
you
on.
come from?
I never knew that Serana was Laura Bailey from Critical Role. I didn't even know that until just now. Never knew. Dax says good morning from Croatia, or sorry, just greetings from Croatia. It's afternoon. Did you play Ghost of Yotei? Yes, there is a Ghost of Yotei playthrough on YouTube.
This is one of the weird double doors. If we follow that path around, we can find the other switch.
I was wondering what that weird sound was I heard. It was her companion. It's like moaning, like. "Rrrr." anyway. Oh, have I not
Who's there?
quick saved since all the way back in? That's on me.
Yes? What did you need?
How long do I give a game before deciding to keep playing? I mean, it used to be a lot longer, but nowadays my schedule is so full.
Yes?
I mean,
what did you need?
not long. Did I like Baldur's Gate 3? Loved it. Multiple playthroughs. Playlists are on YouTube.
Yes? What did you need? Yes? What did you need?
There we go. We have about a 2-hour max window now. I will give a game 2 hours. If it hasn't captured me by 2 hours, it's not getting a full window.
Who's there?
That's not her. No. Oh, I'm gonna die again. Stupid. No, 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 get away, get away, get away. I got healing potions. Hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up. Not this time. Alright. Quick save! Yesterday I watched Lord of the Rings Extended Edition in cinema. I'd never seen it on the big screen. I have never seen the extended
Yes?
editions
What did you
on
need?
the big screen either, and I would love to, but it's not going to happen because they are not showing it on cinemas where I live. So,
Here we go.
Who's there?
I knew I heard something.
Done and done.
but it is an amazing experience, and I would love to go to the cinema and watch it. Extended editions are the only editions. I actually haven't seen the theatrical editions since they originally aired in the theaters. I have only ever watched the extended editions since they came out with the box set years ago. That was like the first thing they did after the one of these was a book. Yeah, I woke up at about 3:30 this morning, about a half hour before my alarm. You've never seen that book quest before? How did I stay motivated at the start of my career?
Yes.
How
What
not
did you
stay
need?
motivated? Like, this is the best job in the world. Why wouldn't I want to be motivated by doing this? Playing games for a living is a privilege and a blessing. If you're not motivated by taking your hobby and making money out of it, you might have something dead inside. Or it might not be the thing that you're most passionate about. You might need to keep on searching until you find that thing that makes you so passionate about it that you're willing to put everything you have into it.
Take a left.
Alright, see, she did say take a left. I didn't hear her the first time she said that. Click this, because this is where I got toasted a minute ago. Run. Oh, they were coming from the other direction.
What did you need?
Bum, ba-dum, bum. An adept chest. Nope, I do not think shorter attention spans have anything to do with it. However, for anybody who hasn't watched it yet, the most recent round of press that Ben Affleck and Matt Damon are doing for their movie The Rip has been incredibly enlightening. I'm glad I just saved, because I don't think I'm going to be able to heal through that. I might be. If you didn't know anything about the movie making industry, I would highly recommend you go watch that, because they talked about the deal that they have with Netflix for that film, which is it's an industry record deal where they skipped profits in exchange for sharing all the revenue with the crew, and it's based on performance metrics. But in order to do that deal, they had to work within the boundaries of Netflix production machine. And the Netflix production machine says, and it's true, this is not, it has nothing to do with people having shorter attention spans. When we were, so I can go back before the age of the internet. She's just going to bark at me. Pre-internet, I didn't have this to pull me away, right? I could sit down and watch a film and I wasn't distracted. This is in the hands of every single human being on the planet, other than a handful of impoverished, third world, destitute places that are still catching up. But I would say the entire civilized world, developing countries, developed countries, first world countries, second world countries, the vast majority of the planet, everyone has this. They have a mobile phone. They have a cell phone, which is connected to the internet, which has social media, it has news, it has apps, it has everything. And it is a simple fact that people are constantly interacting with this device. And so the watching habits of people have changed. It's not that they have a lower attention span. That's not the case. What is true is that people's viewing habits have changed. I don't watch a movie uninterrupted anymore. This is going to ding at some point during a film, unless I completely put it into silent mode to just focus on the film. Do you think the vast majority of users are putting this into silent mode before they go watch a film? No, they are not. You are alone in that opinion if you think that that's the case. Look up some statistics. Don't be an idiot. So, what does Netflix say? Netflix says that if you want to have a movie do well on our platform, it must be designed in such a way that you are repeating the plot of the movie multiple times throughout, even though you might have already explained it. You need to have big, and they talk about this in their interview. It used to be in a film setting, you would save the big explosion for the end of the film, 3-act circus, right? And you put the big boom at the end. You can't do that anymore. You have to have something big happening in the first act within the first 10 minutes of the film, because that gets the modern user engaged, because otherwise they are engaged with this. And because they are also getting distracted by this multiple times throughout the film going experience or the film watching experience, Netflix, again, home media is where the vast majority of those people are watching. So you're in the privacy of your home. You're not turning your phone off to go into silent mode. Probably. The vast majority are not. Because you're not in a theater setting. So they know that the average user is getting distracted by the phone. So you have to put the action up front. You have to have lots of exposition. You cannot tell, but you can't just show and not tell. You have to show and tell. So it's not that the attention span has gotten worse. It's that the distractions have grown. And so filmmaking, for Netflix in particular, has to be different than classical filmmaking for the theaters, or for other places. This also goes for television shows. They have to be designed in such a way where we are repeating the plot, repeating the things. And for those of us who grew up in the old way of doing things, it can often feel like, oh my God, the way that films are done these days is, you know, it's just so silly. Like, I don't need that. I don't need that explained to me 15 times. You might not. The average user does, because they've gotten distracted by their phone 15 times in the first 30 minutes of the film, and they may have missed what the plot was, and so it has to be redescribed over and over and over. This also applies to game development. Everyone is distracted by this. Also, if you go back 20 years ago, we didn't have Netflix, Hulu, HBO Plus, Paramount Plus. We didn't have Facebook, MySpace, which doesn't even exist anymore, Twitter, X, Instagram, TikTok. We didn't have any of that. We didn't really barely even have the internet. So we had a game. You sit down, you play the game. That's it. And so we also had a lot more time to dedicate just to games. So I love it when people will say things like, I just don't have as much time for games as I used to. That is not true. You have just as much free time as you've always had. The difference is that you have now become distracted and you've filled up your free time with things like doom scrolling on social media. You're doom scrolling Reddit. You're spending a lot of time on your chosen social media platform. You're interacting with all these different things, and you are not gaming as much as you might have used to because of the fact that you are doing lots of other things. I also am just as guilty of that, but I also have incorporated that into my day job. So, if you'll notice, I don't just do video games on my channel. We also do movie reviews and TV show reviews, as well as game guides, live streams, playlists, discussions, and everything else. And like we've already clipped out this morning, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is going to be the 6th video that's going to get clipped out of today's stream to go up on YouTube. I do this all the time too, because my life is full of lots of different things. Now, the vast majority of what I do is gaming, but Chris and I watch 3. I think we're watching. Well, I'm watching one show with her, and then I'm watching 2 shows. So I'm doing Starfleet Academy, and why am I blanking on the other thing I'm watching by myself? Oh, Fallout show. And then she and I together are watching Spartacus House of Asher. And then as soon as we wrap up Spartacus House of Asher, there's another show that we're going to start watching, which is, I think, is it's either going to be the new Game of Thrones show, or it's going to be that new Robin Hood thing. One or the other. Anyway, all that takes up time, so you don't have as much time to game anymore as you used to. So, pull the lever, Kronk. And I need to timestamp that because I did not.
Yes? What did you need? Yes? What did you need? Yes? What did you need?
Her bark is way too often. That is ridiculous.
Yes? What did you need? Yes? What did you need?
I have no interest in Amnesia: The Dark Descent. Nope. Cole says this looks boring.
Yes.
Well, then
What did
fuck
you need?
off, Cole. Don't watch. No one's putting a pew-pew to your head and making you be here.
Yes? What did you need?
Cry somewhere else where they care. I'll give you some tissues on your way out the door so you can dry your eyes. How do I get over to that other ledge? There's a chest over there. I don't know how to get over there. Yeah, ma'am, you've asked me that question 10 times in 5 seconds. See, even she's got that modern day attention span thing going on. That's funny, man. Serrano's locked in. She's like, hey, 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 hey you, hey, let's do the quest. Don't forget about the quest. Remember that quest? Yeah, that quest. Let's do that quest. Hey,
We've made it to
Mister.
the courtyard.
Mister, let's do that quest. Hey, mister.
What happened to this place? Everything's been torn down. The whole place looks, well, dead. It's like we're the first to set foot here in centuries. This used to lead into the castle's great hall. Looks like my father had it sealed up. I used to walk through here after evening meals. It was beautiful once. This was my mother's garden. Do you know how beautiful something can be when it's tended by a master for hundreds of years?
And I'll happily
She
take all the
hated
plants.
to see it like this. Wait.
Do you get bored playing the same game? Do you get bored eating breakfast every single day? Do you get bored of waking up every single day? Do you get bored of watching movies? Do you get bored of... You know how many times I've seen Star Wars over the years? You know how many times I've seen Harry Potter over the years? You know how many times I've seen Lord of the Rings over the years? Why the fuck wouldn't I enjoy the things in life to their fullest? Why wouldn't I enjoy multiple things? If I like grilled cheese sandwiches, you think I'm only going to eat grilled cheese one time? Hell no, I'm going to eat grilled cheese all the time. Anytime I get a chance, I'm going to have grilled cheese. And I'm going to try it with different things. I'm going to try grilled cheese with pickles. I'm going to try grilled cheese with jalapenos. I'm going to try grilled cheese with pickled onions. I'm going to try grilled cheese with tomato soup. I'm going to try grilled cheese with insert here. Yeah. I have seen every version of Star Wars that has ever been released. I've seen fan edits. I've seen all of it.
There's something strange with the moon dial.
There is something with the moon dial. I gotta remember where the other moon dial pieces are. I grabbed one over here. Alright, let's go talk to her.
I'm telling you, there's something strange with the moon dial.
Why did I change the camera stream angle? I've addressed this a few times. So we've been streaming on TikTok for about 3 months, and I've just been running it through Streamlabs. However, I was not aware that there was a TikTok Studio app that you could use to run TikTok. So one of the things that I couldn't do on Streamlabs is I couldn't change the format. It was always only ever vertical. When you run it through the TikTok Live Studio app, you can do vertical and horizontal for the viewer. However, in order to get that feature unlocked, I have to do 3 streams across 3 days to unlock that feature. I also can't use the virtual camera, which takes my Streamlabs green screen and puts it over here for the TikTok user. I have to wait. So I've done my 3 days. Yesterday was our 3rd day of streaming through the app. They say it takes up to 48 hours to authenticate that you've completed your 3 streams. As soon as the TikTok Live Studio app unlocks that feature, I can then use the virtual camera and put my Streamlabs green screen back up here for the user, and we will be able to stream vertically and horizontally on TikTok, which is going to be something that we're adding. So this is just going through and working out all the kinks in adding TikTok to our live stream rotation.
There's something strange with the moon dial.
Also, side benefit of moving over to the TikTok Live Studio app is I was able to put all of those
something strange with the moon dial.
trigger words that the trolls were coming in and spamming. Like the last time we did an unmoderated stream, Streamlabs doesn't allow me to moderate my TikTok chat, and now I can moderate my TikTok chat, which means we have gotten rid of I think already, like that last stream we did where it was unmoderated, we had 30, I had to ban like 30 people in less than 15 minutes for coming in and saying some really bad, racist, nasty stuff.
Something strange with the moon dial.
And now I have all the tools that I have everywhere else, and we are going to be using
I'm
the
telling
app
you,
from
there's
now on.
something
But it does take a
strange
few
with the
days
moon
before they
dial.
allow me to use my green screen and stuff. So I am just going through the minimum steps that are required
I'm telling you,
to get
there's
access
something
to all the
strange
features
with
of
the
the
moon
TikTok
dial.
Live Studio app. That is why it looks different on TikTok. If you have been watching for the past few months and saw a traditional
I'm telling you,
vertical
there's
stream
something
with just
strange
green
with the
screen
moon
and
dial.
the game behind me, and now it's a weird, different layout. I've already played
I'm telling you, there's
Adamfall
something
and all the
strange with
DLCs.
the moon
Shout
dial.
out to Rebellion for sending me all the cool swag stuff and for being behind those
I'm
streams and all
telling
the
you, there's
DLC
something
stuff.
strange
And
with the moon
Serrana,
dial.
Jesus.
Well, as far as I'm aware, it's the only one in existence. The previous owners of the castle had a sundial in the courtyard.
I
And
would love to have
obviously
that
didn't
set up
appeal
as
to
well,
our
Cypher,
motto.
just to have like
She persuaded an elven artisan to make some improvements.
if I ever get a
You
stream
can
deck,
see the plates that show the phases of the moons.
I'm just going to
Maso
set
and
all the
Secunda.
macros up to have an instant button that spams everything into chat when somebody asks, hey,
That's the
Renfail,
thing. What's the point of a moon
should I
dial?
play this
I
game?
always wondered why she didn't just
Well,
have
what's
the
the
whole
name of
thing
this
beeped
game?
out. But she loved it.
Do you like this game?
I don't know. I guess it's like having a piece of art, if you're into that sort of thing. Hard to say. Maybe if we found the missing crests, we could figure it out.
I need
If we had the crests, we wouldn't have to keep hanging around this lovely place.
Mitch. I'm looking for him.
Look around for the missing crests. Even in this mess, they should stick out.
Yes, but it doesn't work for all my other. It doesn't work for TikTok
Very
chat,
clever,
Cypher.
Mother.
So I
Very
can't.
clever.
I can use
I've
it
never been in
for
those tunnels before, but I'd bet they'd run
Streamlabs,
right
which
under
runs
the
my
courtyard and into the
YouTube,
Tower
Twitch, and
ruins.
Kick chat, but
Well,
I
at
still
least
have
we're
to
getting
manually
closer.
do it over
Let's
on
go.
TikTok. So it's like, it's kind of a pain in the ass right now to have everything split into 2 streams. But I have no choice until Streamlabs adds better moderation tools and all the functionality of TikTok to its multi-stream platform. So that is my limitation right now. So.
We're getting close. Sure of it.
Yeah, most
Never
streamers
even
just
seen
hire
this
a
part of the
moderator at
castle
this
before.
point, but I don't know
Be
that I will
careful.
ever hire a
I don't know what
moderator.
might be around.
I don't think I will ever hire a moderator. What I will do if things get to that point is I will just go members only on all streams. No, I don't need it. No, the last thing I want to do is manage people. I'm 46 years old, man. This is my 6th thing that I've done over my career. I have no desire to have to form a company, to have to do another LLC, to have to set up payroll, to have to manage somebody who's got sick days and mental health days and their dog died or their kid needs something or their spouse needs something. You know, I don't have any desire to be a person manager. I don't. I've already done that. Like, I've managed teams of up to 25 people and
We're getting
million-dollar
close.
budgets.
I'm
Like,
sure
I
of
have
it.
no desire to ever do any of that ever again. And the moment you have somebody working with you, whether it's a volunteer or otherwise, you're in people management. Doesn't matter how good they are. Doesn't matter how much trusted they are. It's a people
We're getting
management
close.
thing.
I'm sure of it.
And suddenly I'm spending a portion of my valuable time left on Earth managing someone else who's never going to
getting
be able
close.
to do the
I'm
things
sure
that I
of
needed
it.
them to do 24/7. Because they're a person, they're a human being, and they have needs, and that's totally cool. I have no desire to micromanage someone. I need someone that can do what I do, and there is no one who is like me. I can't clone myself. And I'm not trying to be arrogant when I say that. What I mean by that is that no one is ever going to be as dedicated to the brand as the founder of the brand. The head of the company is always the person who's going to be invested the most. They have the most to lose, the most to gain, and no one is ever going to be as invested as the owner of the company. Trying to find someone, even if they're co-founders, if you're the person who came up with the idea, it is very rare to have a situation like Critical Role where everybody gets along and everybody was, and even look at Critical Role. Not everyone who was there at the beginning is still with them. There have been multiple people who have fallen away from Critical Role since that started because of creative differences. If you have been there since the beginning with Critical Role, you'll know who I'm talking about. Even them, with their golden, friendship that they have as a team, the core group, there have still been people who have fallen away from the very beginning of that because of creative differences. I have no desire to go through that. I've done that before. I've already put myself through that over the years. So, Chris and I have had some very good conversations about growth, and I have no desire to ever get that big. And if it happens by chance,
We're getting close. I'm sure of it.
cool. But I am not trying to become a streamer of the year. Like, I'm not here to do that.
We're getting close.
I'm not here
I'm
trying
sure
to be
of
the
it.
next Burnt Peanut or, what was his name that last year was Pirate Software Thor, that dude. Like, I have no desire to become a streamer of the year, because you know what those guys have to deal with? When they have 15, 20, 30, 50,000 people in their chat. Like, you have to deal with that. And so that becomes a situation where you are required to have moderators. I don't want to get to that point. I'm very comfortable. I can reliably manage 500 to 1,000 people in chat. I can reliably handle that on my own. All I got to do is you stick everything on membership only mode. Only the people who really want to be here are going to pay for the privilege to chat. So if you have 1,000 viewers, you have maybe 250, 300 people who will actively be in there in chat. That's manageable. I don't think I ever want to get beyond that point. Like, if you've got more than 1,000 people watching, it's just chaos.
Who's there?
I knew I heard something.
They rotate. To be fair, there was a lot. Are you good, Serana? Ready to reload? You're good. Yeah, moderation is not for the faint of heart. Yeah, it's not for that. Any Starfield recommendations? Just play the game. Like, it has tutorials. It has storylines. Follow the storylines. It's not hard. Like any other game, you can go into your quest journal and pick what quest lines you're working on. That's the beauty of Starfield. It's like every other Bethesda game. It's a big, open-ended, you do what you want to do. Hundreds of hours of entertainment to be had. What sounds interesting to you? If you just got to the city and you're faced with the massiveness of New Atlantis, explore, man. Explore. Have fun. Talk to all the NPCs. Visit all the shops. Unlock all the fast travel points. Open up all the quests. Go forth and have fun. That's the most important thing. I personally didn't care for the rage games, no.
Who's there?
I knew I heard something.
Bubbles in the house! Good morning, Bubbalonia.
We're getting close. I'm sure of it.